What is it about the Honda XR250 that made it the favorite of adventurers all over the world? Born to conquer any terrain, this machine earned a reputation for being indestructible and versatile, whether on asphalt or in the mud. But how did it go from being just a simple enduro bike to becoming a two-wheeled icon? Today, we're going to uncover the story behind this off-road legend. To understand how the Honda XR250 was born, we first have to travel back to the 1970s. At that time, Honda was already a giant in the motorcycle industry, but the world of motocross and off-road was just starting to grow exponentially. Off-road bikes were less refined, with basic suspensions and engines that, in many cases, made you feel like you were riding a giant drill. But Honda had a goal: to create a bike that could handle any kind of terrain and keep running like nothing happened. A bike that was basically the Chuck Norris of the off-road world. In 1979, Honda launched the first XR500, a large displacement bike that was very well received. Following this success, the brand decided to expand the XR family with smaller displacement models. And that's how we arrive at the birth of our protagonist, the XR250, which first saw the light of day in 1979. Yes, the same decade that gave us the Walkman and bell-bottom pants. The first version of the XR250, known as the XR250R, was launched in 1981 and quickly gained popularity. Why? Well, it was a light, easy to handle, and very tough bike. Basically, if it fell off a cliff, you'd probably need an ambulance, but the XR250R would just need a bit of gas and it would keep running. With a 4-stroke, 250 cubic centimeters air-cooled engine, the XR250R offered an excellent combination of power and durability. Compared to the 2-stroke bikes of that particular era, which were truly like wild cats on wheels, the Honda XR250R had a much smoother power delivery, making it absolutely perfect for challenging technical terrain and extended long-distance rides. During this period, the XR250R became the favorite bike for many adventure-seeking riders. Whether crossing deserts or conquering mountains, the XR250R performed like a true workhorse, and riders began to share their stories of journeys, feats, and of course, some memorable crashes. The bike was known not only for its toughness, but also for its ability to adapt to different riding styles. Throughout the 80s and 90s, the XR250R kept improving with every update. In 1984, the bike received a major overhaul with a new Pro Link suspension system, which improved stability and control on rough terrain. The Pro Link suspension became a hallmark of the XR lineup, and riders started to notice the difference. Also, in 1986, a front disc brake system was introduced, because even though it was an off-road bike, you had to stop at some point, right? Drum brakes were a thing of the past, and the XR250R was catching up with modern motorcycling trends. The changes continued in the following years, and in 1996, the XR250R underwent another major update. An air-cooled engine with a 4-valve radial head, RFVC, was introduced, which improved engine efficiency and throttle response. This version became even more popular among off-road motorcycle enthusiasts and turned into a formidable competitor in the racing scene. With each new iteration, the XR250R maintained its essence of being a tough, reliable, and above all, fun bike to ride. The bike started to become part of the motorcycle culture of the time, being seen not just as a means of transportation, but as a symbol of freedom and adventure. motorcycle clubs began actively organizing various events and engaging gatherings where enthusiastic XR250 owners could readily share their personal experiences, and captivating stories about their truly epic journeys became an integral part of motorcycle folklore. In 1991, Honda released a more civilized version of the XR250R, called the XR250L. This version was essentially an XR250R with lights, turn signals, and everything needed to be street legal. Basically, it was like the wolf had put on sheep's clothing, but it was still a wolf that could hop curbs and cross rivers. The XR250L had an engine similar to the R, but with some tweaks to improve fuel efficiency and reliability on the road. The suspension was also slightly modified to make it more comfortable on asphalt. However, make no mistake, the XR250L was still a very capable off-road bike, perfect for those who wanted to commute during the week and explore the countryside on weekends. This L version was well received in the market, especially among riders looking for a versatile bike. It was ideal for those who wanted to escape city traffic and head out for an adventure on the trails after a long day at work. Users universally praised its exceptional comfort and remarkable ease of use, which made it a quite popular choice for both beginners and experienced riders alike. And going back to its more radical version, the XR250R was not only popular among enthusiasts, it also earned a place in the world of competitions. It was used in numerous enduro and rally races, where its durability and reliability made it the bike of choice for many private riders. In a sport where bikes go through crashes, mud, water, and all kinds of abuse, the XR250R always stood out for pushing through as if nothing had happened. With the XR250R, you knew you could make mistakes and keep going. It was a forgiving bike, something you couldn't say about others that would throw you to the ground just for looking at them the wrong way. The bike became a sort of light tank in the races. It might not have been the fastest, but it rarely let you down. This made it famous among riders who preferred to reach the finish line instead of being left stranded halfway through the course. As the races became more competitive, the XR250R proved its ability to adapt. With each new season, riders customized their bikes to improve performance. From suspension tweaks to engine modifications, the XR250R became a blank canvas for the creativity of motorcycle enthusiasts. And all of this brings us to the early 2000s. Honda decided to give the XR250 a fresh look with the introduction of the XR250 Tornado. This version, launched in 2001, was designed especially for the Latin American market, where low-displacement off-road bikes are incredibly popular. The Tornado kept the 250 cubic centimeters four-stroke air-cooled engine, but added modern features like disc brakes on both wheels, a sleeker body, and an improved seat for long journeys. This Tornado version featured a double overhead camshaft, is air-cooled, and is fed by a 32mm carburetor. NASA technology? No, but it's as simple as it is effective, and that's the trick. While the competition moved on to electronic fuel injection, the XR250 Tornado stayed true to its roots, dominating a segment that, thanks to those little evolutionary twists from its rivals, seems to be becoming more and more exclusive to it. As for the suspension, it kept a 245mm telescopic fork up front and the famous 242mm Pro link in the rear, with a monoshock that helps it grip the terrain no matter how tough it gets. Plus, its power, well distributed through a 6-speed gearbox, gives it that versatile response for whatever situation comes its way. The XR250 Tornado quickly became one of the most beloved bikes in Latin America, since it offered the perfect combination of toughness and accessibility. It was a bike truly capable of effortlessly handling potholes and uneven city roads, as well as reliably taking its owners on exciting off-road adventures on the weekends. Additionally, with its moderate fuel consumption and its relatively simple and straightforward maintenance requirements, the Tornado motorcycle was truly ideal for both beginner and experienced motorcyclists alike. The XR250 not only made an impact in competitions and recreational use, but also became an important part of motorcycle culture in many countries. In Latin America, the XR250 Tornado is often seen as a multifunctional bike, used by everyone from couriers to adventurers crossing continents. The reliability and durability of the XR250 gave it an almost legendary status, with owners considering it indestructible and attributing a personality of its own to it. In countries like Brazil and Argentina, the Tornado has taken part in local enduro and rally competitions, and on many occasions has been the preferred bike for long journeys across the Andes or the Amazon jungle. In other words, the XR250 Tornado has earned respect not only on the tracks, but also in the daily lives of its users. Over the many years, dedicated enthusiasts have indeed found countless ingenious ways to significantly improve the venerable XR250, often utilizing parts sourced from more modern models or even diligently developing their very own custom components. This enduring appeal has kept the XR250 relevant in the vibrant motorcycling scene, attracting a new generation of enthusiastic riders who are looking for a classic bike with a modern touch. Today, the XR250 is still around in its Tornado version, and although it no longer receives updates as frequently, it remains a popular choice for those looking for an affordable and reliable off-road bike. The XR250 has stood the test of time and has earned a special place in the hearts of motorcyclists. While some modern bikes are packed with technology, the XR250 keeps its focus on the essentials, being a tough bike, easy to maintain, and capable of handling any kind of terrain. Its four-stroke engine and solid chassis make it an excellent choice for those who prefer simplicity and durability over technological luxuries. In many countries, the XR250 Tornado is still used for daily tasks, adventure expeditions, and even amateur competitions. Honda has managed to keep the essence of the original model alive, and its legacy continues to inspire motorcyclists all over the world. The XR250 has proven to be much more than just a simple bike. It is a testament to the durability, reliability, and spirit of adventure that define motorcyclists. From the XR250R through the XR250L to the current XR250 Tornado, this bike has come a long way, but its essence remains unchanged. Over the decades, it has stood the test of time and survived competition from more modern and technologically advanced bikes. It's a machine that continues to be loved not just for its history, but also for its ability to adapt to the needs of its riders. And even though those who grew up with the original XR250 aren't too fond of the Tornado version, whether it's out of nostalgia or personal taste, we have to be grateful that at least this legend is still alive. Maybe it's not like it used to be, but hey, at least it's still around. And if you want to hear the epic stories of how some brave souls have broken their legs on a Honda XR600, click on this video. Come on, don't overthink it. Click and I'll see you there for some great biker stories.